showtime!
Showtime, CFM Radio.
Yo, we are back once again with another edition of CFM Radio, your source for video game music and news every week.
Every week. Might be a Wednesday, might be a Thursday, but it's here every week.
For you, gamers.
For you, gamers. Gamers, we love you. Drix, what have you been playing?
Well, I'm trying to get good at BattleBit, which is still fun. When I'm not playing Dota 2 or Pinball, yeah, I picked up a couple shooters for QuakeCon on Steam.
Nice.
I got the first remake of Shadow Warrior, yeah, which is a pretty old school Doom era PC franchise. And I love the character Lo Wang because he's ever since his inception, he has just been hilarious to play as, and he's always making these witty remarks and has like a cool style and always has that snappy line for after he just violently executes a crazy demon monster or anything like that. So yeah, I had the sequel Shadow Warrior 2, but I'm playing the first one. It's a good collection to have if anybody wants to bundle a fine example of shooter.
Hell yeah, I loved the Shadow Warrior series by Devolver Digital. I wasn't a huge fan of Shadow Warrior 3, but Shadow Warrior 1 and 2, amazing games. I love those games. Like, some of the coolest games like you said, cool boomer shooter feel, super, and I love those kinds of games. You know, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Shadow Warrior, what is it? The Warhammer one, Bolt Gun, just came out. I love those games.
I want to pick that up.
I love those games. Those are great. I love the old school, high octane action of a boomer shooter. I'm an old school Unreal Tournament 2004 guy, so I'm all about the double tap, side dash while I'm shooting my flat cannon at the wall, so it hits you as you're coming through the hallway. So, like, you know, I love doing this. I love doing that. But that's awesome that you're trying to, Dota guy, and now moving into BattleBit. Whew.
Yeah, I know. My aim is not good. I need to practice on the aimbot or
Aim Lab.
But aim lab. No. Don't hack anything. Don't throw bots on your aim. But yeah, practice in the lab or in the Street Fighter training room.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know what? We're both crazy Street Fighter heads.
You think that I don't know what is going down? It's time you let your goatee go into the new dance in town.
I did take a chance to step back, watch the latest Pokemon Direct, and you know what, Drix? I just had to start up a playthrough of Pokemon Stadium 2.
What? Okay, yeah, on the Switch, right?
Yeah, Switch Online. If you missed it, the Pokemon Direct was I forgot a couple days back. I think on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a couple days back. And we had a lot of news for the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I love those games, some of my favorite Pokemon games. And we had the, I guess you call them shadow drops now, the drops of Pokemon Stadium 2, another one of my all-time favorite Pokemon games, and Pokemon TCG on the Game Boy.
Cool, awesome. Glad to hear we finally got the card game.
We got the card game.
I love playing the soundtrack.
Drix, I'm going to say right now on CFM Radio, you tune in Tuesdays to CFM Radio, you're going to see some Pokemon TCG Game Boy game.
Nice. Yeah, finally, it's here.
Yeah, finally. I've been wanting to play this game. I've been wanting to stream this game. I've been wanting to do it. I don't want to go the emulator route, and I have my old Game Boy Color, believe it or not. It still works. But
nice.
I do not have the technology to import video from my Game Boy Color.
Come on, come on. We can do this, happy. Come on, come on. We can make it
So, Baldur's Gate 3. I don't have a review for it yet, honestly. This game is meaty. I've been in early access since the beginning. So I've been waiting for this game for like 6 years. Like,
Yes.
I gotta tell you, I understand why the industry would look at this game and say, don't expect this to be the standard for games moving forward. Because this, I gotta tell you, this game is the most immersive RPG I've ever played. It's, I'm playing it co-op with my girlfriend. I'm feeling, it's a very unique perspective. I'll get into it a little bit later, but what I want to get into now is all about the feel of the game, the role playing, and the combat. So if you've played older games like Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, or the older Baldur's Gate games, or you know, Pool of Radiance, Legends of Myth Draenor, you know, like if you've played these older games before, you understand how cutthroat they can be and how gruesome they can be. The thing that I love about the thing that I love about Baldur's Gate 3 is that where you had these moments that were essentially described to you that you read in text boxes. And that was like, you know, you would be like, oh man, this is a crazy moment. Like, this guy totally got like ripped apart. He got thrown off a cliff. He got, you know, his face ripped off. His bones melted. You know, shit, high fantasy shit, right? Crazy
things
high
a
fantasy.
DM game master would describe to you if you were in a room role playing.
Absolutely, like especially if you were playing back in those days, AD&D 3.5 4th edition. Like, you know, those lean into the darker motifs of the high fantasy genre a lot more, because, you know, back when they were originally published, it was a lot of more fairy tale, right? Less than high fantasy. So what Baldur's Gate 3 does is it takes those concepts and it visualizes them. Like, no longer are you reading these things, you're actually seeing them. And you know what? I'll give it to you. Your mileage may vary when you hear those kinds of ideas. Your mileage may vary, you know, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This game is brutal. Like, I'm not gonna show any of the more gruesome or suggestive scenes in the B-roll right here, but if you're looking at the B-roll, you can kind of see, like, it's super dark. It's darker even than Diablo, right? Like, Diablo 4, Diablo always has been like, all right, it's grimdark, but the further you get, the more, I guess, colorful it gets. You know, Diablo 2, you go from rogue encampment to the desert, to the jungle, to, you know, and you have a lot of locales, and they're very diverse. And I'm not saying that your locales aren't diverse, and I'm not saying that they're not colorful or appealing in Baldur's Gate 3, but this game knows what it is. It knows that old school D&D flavor. It lives in that realm. It doesn't live in the modern day realm of Rick and Morty, Stranger Things, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, crossover land. It doesn't live in that world. It lives in Faerun. That is where it is. And you're the
classic locale.
The classic locale, the most recognizable.
About. Forgotten Realms. Yeah,
the most recognizable locale.
A lot of lore there.
And you know what, Drix? If you know that lore, you can apply it in this game.
Nice.
If you know the lore, you can really, really apply what you know, your knowledge of the gods, your knowledge of the demeanor of the people, your knowledge of Faerun itself, where you are, the Sword Coast. You know, all of these things come into play. this game is one of those games, like a lot of games will boast like, oh, you know, you could kill everybody and still move on with the game, right? Like, but you'll get to those moments, like the best example I always give of some moment like this, that is like, all right, you can kill anybody, but like, please don't kill this guy. Oh shit, you killed him. Well, I guess it goes on, but you know, and you always have that
threads of fate have broken.
Yeah, exactly. And the genre of do anything, go anywhere, be who you want to be, RPG actually like always hits those awkward, the threads of fate has been severed moments, even in the modern era, where you do have, you know, you got the technology, you have the open-endedness, you have the moral decisions, you have the immersive angles, you have everything that you can think of. But the one thing that is really interesting with this game, and I'm not done with it, I haven't finished a playthrough, so I haven't noticed anything yet, but there is nothing. If you told me that I killed a really important character or I skipped over an important piece of dialogue, I wouldn't know. Like
real sandboxedness.
Yeah, because I'll say it to you like this. I have a powerful example of that's personal to me. I didn't collect all the party members.
What's the matter with your eyes? Your contacts are so scary. I'm tired of seeing these guys. They're just too tough through the scrappy.
I've been in early access, so I know a lot of the OGs, right? Asterion, Gale, Shadowheart, Lae'zel. I know the OGs. I don't have all of them recruited. In fact, I've hit points in the game where some of them have left me.
Oh, wow! Based on
the decisions that I've made, yeah. And I don't. And it wasn't one of those things where I was. The best part was, and like. Minor spoilery, I'm not going to use any names or locations, but the character who decided to leave me, I understood that this was probably going to happen as I was going through the quest that I was going to do. And when they approached me, after I was done with the dungeon that I was in, I kind of knew what conversation I was in for. It wasn't one of these obtuse video gamey things where it's like, oh fuck, what the fuck, I fucking hit a trigger and now they're gone, you know what I mean? Like, oh, let me see if it's a powerful example. Mass Effect, original Mass Effect. If you really didn't know what you were doing, you really didn't understand why Ashley or Caden killed the guy from Tachanka. Rex, or not Rex. You didn't understand why those characters killed Erdnot Rex in the original game. If you didn't understand, like, you could kind of blindside you if you weren't obviously the friend of Erdnot Rex. But like obviously Erdnot Rex is my best friend, so you can't kill him. But like, if you were just kind of trying to be cool with everybody in the original Mass Effect, things would happen that you would be like, wait, how the fuck did that even happen? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, what's going on? You know, I didn't do anything to elicit this. You know what I mean? In this game, this game's really good about telling you exactly what you're going to do without showing you exactly what those how deep those ramifications might run.
Oh wow! So it's not like predictable, you know, as you're going through dialogue.
It's not predictable until the game wants you to understand what you're really doing.
Oh man.
So you do feel very much like you're going on a journey. And again, I'm playing it co-op, so my unique aspect is I'm not player one in my campaign.
Okay.
I'm a party member. My girlfriend is player one. And it's one of those, like, it's a D&D it's a D&D theme that we play off of when we play together, but like it's one of the, like, she's the cleric, I'm the fighter, we're both elves. But the thing that's awesome is that I don't know any other way to describe it. And you see me, my character's the elf with the black hair and the plate armor. You see my character, he's doing role play things. He is in the world. He's challenging people to dice rolls and dialogue. Like, I do role play as the party member. But it's interesting to see the major story beats like facing me down, and then having to like look at my girlfriend and kind of concede that like if I move forward, then I'm taking the story.
Wow, like have to play off each other at like some kind of advanced storytelling performance, huh?
Yes, and it's very it's another thing that's super immersive about the game. Like, I don't know, I couldn't tell you how many times we're playing in the same room, right? I couldn't tell you how many times I looked over at my girlfriend right before a major storyline decision and be like, "Do you want me to go do this?" Last thing I really want to talk about before we move on, combat. This game is peak Larian. If you've played Divinity Original Sin, either one, you know what you're in for. And what you're in for is a very, very keen-minded tactical experience. People like to say the word brutal or tough or super hard. I don't think it's brutal or tough or super hard. I haven't had to throw my head up against any combat situation like I'm bashing my head against the wall. I always know, like, there's always a clear strategy that the enemy is employing. It's Larian combat. So Larian combat is less of like dynamic action and more like a puzzle. So like almost always.
Yeah.
So like it's because that kind of gameplay design lends itself to tactical turn-based anyway. So
yep.
You know, you have this like peak Larian going on, but it's not Divinity Original Sin. It's fucking D&D. So you have, and they spared no expense when it came to items or spells or weaponry. Like, you have things like Arrow of Roaring Thunder that when I hit you with it, or I hit anything around you in the vicinity of it, you will like fly a specific way. You'll get knocked a specific way. I'll point it out when it comes up in the B-roll again. But I fought a boss who she put herself in a very disadvantageous position, and I hit the wall behind her with an Arrow of Roaring Thunder, and she flew forward into the chasm in front of her. And
that's good.
Died.
D&D.
Yeah, and died instantly. Conversely, there have been moments where I don't know a guy is going to join the battle. He runs out from the other room and pushes my character off the balcony, and I go falling down, and I take 40 damage, and I'm prone. And now I'm on the bottom floor.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you have, like, and then also, again, peak Larian. Here comes the wizard. And the wizard is only one piece because they deliver the super crazy magic spell, but his buddy right here sucks everybody into a black hole, and his other buddy right here is casting some kind of protection thing. So, figure it out.
You know, a bear, an alligator, and a tiger. Which one are you going to subdue first?
Yeah, which one? So that's Baldur's Gate 3. I'm loving it. I've been saying this to everybody. This is the perfect couples game. You and your partner will be engrossed in this game. Like,
yeah, storytelling and action-y combat kind of way.
And the choices that you'll make. The choice that playing off of the choices. Here's the question. Here's the big question, right? If you're playing this game, will you truly try to work together with your partner? Or are you going to go along with it until the moment suits you, and then you snag that shit? Like, very, very interesting, very cool game. Awesome to experience together. So if you've got friends, get Baldur's Gate 3. You can get it on GOG, no DRM. So, you know, you didn't hear this from CFM radio, but you go in with your buddies on a GOG copy of this. You turn off the cloud save on GOG, you share it around because it's got no DRM, and then you guys, I don't know if there's an authentication beyond that, or if you guys can all just jump on the same server and go and play. But if you can't, look into a little thing called Hamachi, and you'll all be able to play together. So,
extended family sharing. Yeah.
Exactly, extended family sharing. Never forget it. Hey, you know what? Sony allows it, Microsoft allows it. It's all good, right? I could give this game to 2 or 3 people, but they don't want you to give it to any more. So,
hush.
But that's Baldur's Gate 3. I'm loving it. I'll have a full review when I'm done.
Yes, when you're done chewing all that.
When I'm done chewing on that. Remember, fellas, the Larian boys said that this game was an 80-hour speed run internally. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good luck. Can't wait to watch the content.
I can't wait to watch the speed runs.
Yeah. Who's going to figure that one out?
Right.
And you know they will.
Oh, totally. They're totally going to. And you know what, Drix? That's what I've been playing. So far, I say everyone should check out Baldur's Gate 3. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways to play it without committing your wallet. So check it out if you can. If you got a buddy, you can. Comes out for the PS5 on next month, September 5th. You could, if you got a PS5, you can grab a copy of that, invite your friends over, give them controllers. Here we go.
Come on, come on, come on. Get the sound up today. Tell me, do you want some more? Throw your chain wallet away, and get yourself on the floor.
Drix, I gotta ask you, did you watch the Mario Bros. Movie?
Nope. I am one of the few people who hasn't seen it yet.
Good for you. Hey, good for you. Guess what? I loved it the first time. The second time, I realized it was just the biggest commercial I had ever seen.
Yeah, I expect as much. I am a big fan of the Peaches song, you know, and just the whole idea of Jack Black doing Bowser. But no, I'll enjoy it when I watch it. But
Hey,
I
yeah.
don't often watch movies.
Hey, yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, like, if you're a Mario fan, you're going to get a lot of kicks out of it. Like I did, I got a lot of kicks out of it. It was great. I like to see, I saw it with my little brothers, saw it with my girlfriend. It was great.
Family affair.
Family affair. It was fun. But, you know, that second time I saw it with one of my better friends, and, like, you know, I wasn't smiling as much.
Yeah, I could totally see it.
Wasn't smiling as much.
I mean, you gotta, you know, cash in. You got
yeah.
a legendary franchise to
Oh,
cash
yeah.
in on.
And you know, seeing as the Mario Bros. Movie smashed box office records to grab over $1 billion, I'm pretty sure domestically, it makes sense that devs and publishers are looking to shop these popular IPs around for cinematic adaptations. Well, you know, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said on the investor conference call yesterday for their Q1 2024 earnings, said he's lukewarm on the position. When asked by an analyst about these sorts of adaptations, Zelnick responded with, quote, "We think it's probably a relatively small opportunity economically. We're not going to use our balance sheet to invest in television and film projects."
I'm plotting my schemes wherever I go. They're perfect in every way. I love to destroy the blue and the no. He's an obstacle that always gets in my way.
I gotta throw this in there before we jump back into the quote from Strauss here. I gotta say this. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is set to start filming really soon with none of the actors just getting the CG stuff out of the way.
Huh. Okay.
So it's very
busy.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear that. Because what's up with the writers?
Yeah, there's a bit of an ongoing struggle.
bit of an interesting plan idea, but hey, you know what? We'll see where it goes. We're not going to bet this company's future or the value of our intellectual property based on someone else's execution in another area of the entertainment business. That is to me, that speaks volumes. That's like a huge, honestly, a huge vote of confidence from Strauss Zelnick. Like, no, these are our IPs. We know what to do with them.
Yeah, I mean, why share if it's your creative vision? You know, if you're going to collaborate, it's got to be like a good, sort of fair, creatively collaboration, just like making any other kind of art, even if we're writing a song together or something.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty fair instead of somebody just like, oh, you're popular and blown up, let me ride your coattails into making some quick money. And you know, you got to trust who you're going to work with, that they're going to at least, you know, meet you halfway or make the right compromise or share the same vision.
Yeah, and you know, folks, if you're listening, this isn't new for the games industry, dude. Nintendo learned this a long time ago. They learned the hard way. Those CDI Mario games, Zelda games, you know, people love them today for whatever fucking reason, but like maybe just because of the meme factor. But you know, like those games cost Nintendo a lot. They licensed out Mario and Zelda to Pioneer, and they just dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Like those Hotel Mario, Zelda, the Wand of Gamelon. You know, the whatever those games are not good. If you don't believe me, go play them yourself. You can. They're not good. Like,
wow, good examples of licensing done wrong.
Yeah, very much
that,
so.
Kind of hurts your whole image or intellectual property,
or can for a while. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Do we
at
have
least
to
be a nice little blemish on your perfect record?
Do I have to mention E.T.?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to?
The memes are worth it. The memes will go down in history, though.
Yeah.
If you mess up bad enough.
If you mess up bad.
Hopefully you have the right attitude, and like any mistake in art, you know, you can just laugh about it later.
Right. And you know, with Zelnick previously holding the positions of VP for Television International Sales at Columbia Pictures International in 1983, and being the CEO of 20th Century Fox in 1989, his cautious and selective nature seems to come from experience. CFM Radio rambling on in.
We got Django, the menu screen theme from Guilty Gear XRD.
Love Guilty Gear XRD. Great game. Currently, you can play it online with rollback. So if you haven't booted up Guilty Gear XRD or Revelator in a minute, go for it and go find some games online. You'll be able to play smooth. Tomorrow, August 10th, sees the release of Atlas Fallen. It's a beautiful action RPG that sees you traversing deserts to fight huge monsters with stylish, aerial-focused combat. From the Steam page, sorry. Rise from the dust and glide the sands of a timeless land filled with ancient dangers, mysteries, and fragments of the past. Hunt legendary monsters with powerful sand-infused weapons and abilities in spectacular, superpowered combat. I've been checking out this one a little bit. It looks pretty cool. You're surfing on the sand. You're like desert nomad style, you know? And you got crazy, like, the combat looks like it's like the aerial style combat from like God of War 3, where like you get like high up in the air, but you're doing like or like Devil May Cry, I should say, where you get like high up in the air and you're doing these crazy air combos and you're smashing them back to the ground. And next up, coming out, I believe, on the same day, is Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. From the Steam page, gods, romance, murder, musical numbers? Play as Grace in a world where Greek gods live in hiding among us. Change your fate as you draw friends, foes, and lovers into song, using your powers of musical persuasion to unravel the mystery of the last muse's death. You know, if you're a fan of musical theater, and, you know, this last game, Stray Gods, getting glowing reviews.
Yeah, it's such an innovative way to bring together styles of games. It looks like a visual novel, but plays like a rhythm game. It's heavily story-based and stuff. Man. Yeah, I would actually like to check this out.
Yeah, interesting frontier that this game is tackling. I really am interested in as well. And it looks like it pulls it off. It's got great reviews. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Hey, if you're out there watching us live, we appreciate you.
We love you.
We appreciate the living hell out of you.
We love you. We love everyone who checks out CFM Radio. Live is awesome. VODs
Drop
are
us
great.
Some comments. Let's have a conversation.
Absolutely. We love conversation. We love talking with our fans. We love getting to know the people who watch CFM Radio.
Mm-hmm. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like.
Tell
me how your day was.
Tell me what you like to listen to. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want to jam to. Because CFM Radio, we only want to play the best video game music. So we can't do it without your help. So comment, subscribe, like, give us. Do you love us? Do you hate us? Do you think our music sucks? Do you think our music rocks? Do you want anything you want to say? Just say it. We love it.
Yeah, call me up on that request line.
Yes. You will get me on my cell phone, but not my real one.
Yes, the burn one.
The burn one. Either way, that's it for us.
That you'll be